All right, I'm going to just do a trend review. And this is very short term. I mean, this is a one tick chart, but what I've noticed is that it's tradable. Obviously not at the market open or at the close, but another part, other time, especially during the slower period and outside of the key hours, it's definitely tradable. Of course, it has to be combined with the higher time frame chart or a higher brick size chart and look for levels and all of that. But the signals are pretty much the same. I mean, and the risk is small, the reward is also small, but you get more activity, especially if you're trading one market. So anyway, I'll just give a couple of examples. So the market is going up, from here. Oh, you see the orange here? Basically, that means that we're in an uptrend. Why? Because it's thrusting, making higher highs, etc. As it comes here, it makes, there's some change here. And then over here, basically it breaks. So right here is where you have supply, and you're going from like this orange to more black, meaning that the lows are being made. And in this move down, you had a low that took out multiple other lows, and you had supply, and it was the biggest down wave in 22 down waves. And it's at a level. What level? At a pullback level on a higher brick size or a higher time frame. So obviously it means that the pullback is being respected, and they're selling. So this was a bearish pullback, and the pullback to a higher to level looks like an uptrend on the lower time frame, and then when it gets the turn, you know that it's on a higher brick size or higher time frame, it's respecting the pullback. The market is ready for continuation. So this is where the change of behavior, or whatever you call it, sign of weakness occurred. What's nice is it occurs on good volume. As you can see, 70 here and all of that. Takes out these lows, has a test, and more supply comes in. You have a clean supply signal and goes down. All right, so I mean, it gives you this much from here to here. Black, 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 black. And finally here, the trend changes for a brief moment. And then over here, once again, you go back to the pullback level, and what happens? You have big volume, big supply. I lost my place. You have big volume, big supply, makes a slightly lower low, tests, and goes down. Eventually, you have some buying come in. All it does is set up the test. And this was also a very nice move. This was a counter trend. You see it's going black, 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 and then bang, with big volume, big price. Why? This was actually a rally low, so they're setting up the counter trend trade. So there are basically two types of trade: with trend and counter trend. So with trend, you trade the pullbacks or the breakouts, and counter trend, you sell rallies. So here you had a down rally, a rally down, and when the rally was completed, it's ready to reverse or turn, and all this price volume comes in. So at least it's a reversion to the mean type of thing, but it turned out to be a much bigger move, probably because it was at support here, and it had a breakout, tested the breakout, and then continued higher. It went higher, continued to go higher, and over here it was right here. I knew, like, okay, time to look for shorts. Why? Because this accelerated way too much. at the top of multiple up waves, and there's way too much thrust, and all of that basically took the market into a climactic overbought position, which set up the selling pressure, and that went all the way down. Here, it messed things up right over here, because over here it looked like it was a pullback and it's going to test the highs, or at least some breakout levels. But this signal or demand that came in failed, and the market just steadily went down. It's continued going down. Now it's at support. That's why all of this stuff is coming in, and it might rally. Over here, it attempted to rally. It doesn't really take out or break any highs. You see, these are all low highs, except this one here, where you had a potential trend. All you see black, 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 and then orange, orange. So this was an attempt and pulled back, but was unable to continue. So the pullback here failed, and then it continued to go down. And that's what it's doing until this area where it's at the support level, and looking for any demand here now at the support level. So what's the lesson here? The lesson here is you don't know when and how demand comes in, and which whether it's going to be counter trending or trending. This was a counter trend move, and the move down also is a counter trend move. So it's like the market goes into different stages. You just have to see what's working: support, resistance, trend, or counter trend. Basically you'll see either on the pullback the reversals coming in, so that's trend trading, or counter trend trading, which is range bound, where you have a rally in one direction, then you have a rally in another, again down, then a rally up. So those types of situation, they're just rallying up and down in some type of range, and those rallies can be sold because it's not really trend, it's just these rallies that go up and down. Anyway, long story short, you have some break of structure right here. See this one to a break of trend and another break right here, but no clear evidence of demand, so it can just go back right down. There is a minor breakout, but I mean, there's no follow through, no real demand, so I can't really play that. We want clean demand, and from what I'm seeing now, it's in a range from this high to this low, and no real strong demand, so untradable. Just wait for the demand to come in. All right, so a couple of things to remember. One is the type of trade. Either you're buying the pullback, you're trading the pullback, or you're counter trading the rallies or the breakouts, but the breakouts have too much risk and very difficult to trade unless you're in a momentum type of environment. So that's one. Two is when market hit levels, you want to immediately watch the highs and see if that trend is broken. So is the downtrend broken because it's making higher highs? I know it sounds simple, but having some type of indication showing you the highs are broken will give you a lot more confidence. You can see thrusts that are breaking highs, indicating what? A structural change, or a trend change. That is very important at a level for that to occur. And number three is just to also know the amount of volatility. See over here, like you have so much volatility here, And this is after hours. I mean, this is not, I don't know, what is it, 7 o'clock, 7 or 8. Look at all this. Look at this. Isn't this nice? So you don't have to trade just in the US session open and close. There's after that, there are other sessions and other times where you have a lot of movement, you know, in terms of ticks, relatively speaking, of course. And they, there's a lot of opportunity in that time. So you're not trying to trade during 9 to 5 and all of that. All right, take care. Bye.